when IPL started, people thought that IPL is T20 is all about batsman game. But after a couple of years, 2 years, then the bowlers learn so many things. And I'm so happy that, fast bowlers are doing really well and they are clever.
After 48 days, 70 matches, now we are entering the much awaited playoffs in the Indian Premier League. Only 4 teams are standing right now. We have with us Chirag Suri, the UAE batsman opener, and Sai, our regular enthusiast who doesn't miss a match. And we have Shyam Krishna, senior associate editor. We are going to do, it's Talking IPL again. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Pleasure. Okay, let's first start with Chirag. Chirag, the league phase has been a very closely fought after affair, and it went all the way up to the final game. How do you think it has gone through so far? And is that because of this closeness of the match, the popularity of IPL is gaining? Your thoughts on that?
I think most definitely. I think the season we've had this year, it's been second to none. The drama. Till the last few games, we didn't quite know who's going to be the last four. And obviously yesterday Gujarat has helped their fellow MI boys. So I think it's been a very good tournament so far, and very close fought encounters. I think the way the hype and I think has lived up, especially after that mega auction, and I think it's what the fans wanted, and the IPL, like every year, has delivered to another level this year for sure.
Lovely. Sai, yeah, you might not be very, very pleased because Hyderabad couldn't make it. Anyway, we were not expecting Hyderabad to do well, but at least in the last game they did bat well. The bowling has been the strong point, but they failed miserably, isn't it?
Yeah, there's something to do about Hyderabad. I mean, it was surprising that Adrian also was telling that he was not responsible for the selections, in one of the public meetings. So it's surprising that how they selected their team. Sometimes Imran Malik was there, sometimes Imran Malik was not there. Though they have the best team on paper, unfortunately, they didn't fit as a team. And that's the result shows on the standing on the table shows. But as like Chirag said, it's one of the best IPLs ever in the entire 16 edition. I think this was the best. It was a climax, like a real climax, where we were waiting for the last 11 balls to decide whether it's RCB or Mumbai. Yeah. So that was it was interesting.
Sai, let me just interrupt you there. See, this selection seems to be a problem with Hyderabad, because if you remember a couple of seasons back, David Warner complained the same thing, saying that that there is external interference in the team selection. Now he's Aidan Markram saying the same thing. So there's something drastically wrong with the management of Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, this is something really surprising, actually, where the coaches and captains make the team. I think it looks like the management is making decisions there, and that's something which cricket should not we should not encourage.
I'll also add something to that. And I think we've seen the teams with stable management. Not going to say whether it's financially. Of course, MI is backed by the Ambanis and Chennai with Indian Cements, but it's usually the teams which have very stable management. You've seen Dhoni, Fleming. You've seen now Rohit Sharma. With the MI scouts. Now of course Mark Boucher has come in as coach, but these two teams have had the most stable management. Similar, not too many changes, not too many things going on, and I think that is also a success, because when the top end is stable and they know what they're doing, there's a couple of people making the decisions. They are responsible. It's not like in a couple of the other teams where you play the blame game. If it goes well, everybody wants to take the credit. If it doesn't go well, everybody blames each other. So you need people to take the blame and say, okay, I've made a mistake, I've had a bad auction, or you cannot go on and say, oh, I wasn't responsible for this. So this is very important when it comes to drafting a team and managing a team, especially in the IPL.
Okay, I have to interrupt here. We have among us the Sri Lankan great Chaminda who has joined our show. Welcome, Chaminda. It's a pleasure to have you here. Is it okay? Is your connectivity okay, Chaminda?
Yeah, it's connectivity okay. Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, lovely. We can hear you now. Lovely. Okay, Chaminda, we have all been outside the IPL, but you have played IPL. You have been part of the winning Hyderabad Deccan Chargers team. So talk to us about how, as a team, it will be, like your experience with the IPL, how it was part of the winning team, and your, of course, you have a rich history of your game. But if you can talk to us about your experience, IPL experience as a Chamida.
Well, IPL, it's getting very competitive, and with the players as well. But when the IPL started, it's not that competitive. But now is very competitive, and play a lot of foreign players. All the stars are playing, and it's getting very competitive, and I think everybody is performing really well, and it's a great platform for all the youngsters to prove themselves, and it's a good experience for them as well.
Yeah. And IPL being one of the longest played tournament, as a pacer, how hard is it for a fast bowler to be focused on getting his rhythm, line, amid all the glitz and grammar, and then the travel all put together? How difficult from your experience, Chaminda?
Well, it's not easy, but long as you enjoy, T20 is all about it's entertaining, and when the IPL started, everybody thought that it's going to be a batsman game, but bowlers been very clever enough, smart enough. They have learned so much, and it become a bowler's game now. So it's very competitive even as a bowler, but it's most important thing, you got to enjoy, and play according to the situation, and play according to the team respect.
Yeah. Again, we actually, before you joined us, we were talking about how Hyderabad's keeper, Aidan Markram, was complaining that he was not getting a free hand in selecting the best teams. And that's why, especially Sunrisers had one of the best teams as a bowling unit. How important is the role of a captain for a bowler to be successful, Chamida? Because you have played again under some of the best captains in your life.
Well, when you lose, even though we have a good team, when you lose, you can't give excuses saying that you don't get a free hand to select the team. But as a captain, you should ask for the team, and once they go in the middle, they have to play as a team. So it's up to the captain and the management to decide and play the best team, and do well for their franchise. So it's no point telling now, but if you take all the 10 teams are very, very competitive. They played really well, and some of the matches went till last ball. So everybody's taking serious, and everybody wants to win the tournament.
Yeah. Sham, you have been waiting for a long time. You must be happy that your Mumbai has come in, though you didn't expect them to strike back. Take us through the good, bad, and ugly of this league phase this year, Sham.
I mean, Mumbai made playoffs, but I'm not really happy with the way they made the playoffs. They have to be completely at the mercy of the other teams. So if you look at, okay, we know that Mumbai are slow starters. They normally lose the first 3 games or 4 games before they really get into the picture. That's precisely what happened this year. But if you look at the team makeup, I mean, it's been really bad. Like I emphasized in the previous our chat shows here, they didn't have a what you call cutting edge bowler. Like they bought Jofra Archer first year, fully knowing that he will not be available, but they thought they will have Bumrah. But this year they didn't have Bumrah and Jofra Archer, both of them, which means they didn't have a spearhead to lead their attack. So which is why you see that they suffered pretty much early on. And even if you look at the spin department, it is only Piyush Chawla who is just Piyush Chawla again is a veteran. He's not a spring chicken either. So they didn't have the kind of bowling that would take them through. See, Baron Roth, or say, let's say, the Riley Meredith, or they are not the same class really. Okay, they are handy bowlers, but the thing is, they are not in the class of a Jofra Archer or a Jasprit Bumrah. or even Josh Hazelwood, who turned up for RCB. So this is what we saw in the early matches. As a bowling unit, they struggled, but early on, what they happened was even the batting struggled. Only Tilak Verma just kept them afloat. But things turned around once when Suryakumar Yadav ran into form. And if you look at even Rohit Sharma has not been getting some runs. He's got 150 early in the tournament, and yesterday's knock was only his second 50 of the tournament. So which means their batting also had struggled, and they somehow managed to muster some victories on the back of some good knocks from Suryakumar Yadav, and fortunately for them, the other teams, especially Rajasthan Royals, they ran into a bad run of form. So it's all helped in Mumbai's favor. So I'm not really happy with the way they made the semi-finals. This is not the Mumbai I know. The Mumbai they just storm into the finals on the back of some comprehensive performances. But this was sneaking through the back door, which is not really Mumbai.
You are one of the mentors of the Mentors Academy by JMR. And what I wanted to ask you from a bowler's perspective is, there are many bowlers, whether it is spinners, whether it is pacers, they are bowling a lot of no balls and wides. As a coach or as a mentor, what do you think will be, your guidance to the budding fast bowler, especially, and budding bowlers, how to restrict it or how to practice it? If you could tell me, Chaminda.
Well, bowling no balls in the game is nowadays it's like a crime. You can't give extras, and it can cost you in the match as well. But you have to do you have to be disciplined when it comes to practice. When you bowl in practices, you need to bowl within those lines. So if you for a fast bowler, if you're bowling really well, that's called your rhythm. So it's no point bowling no balls. And sometimes people say that I'm not bowling no balls in the match, but you got to practice in the practice. So same practice you have to take it in the match. So I always tell the bowlers, when it comes to practices, you have to practice in a proper way. Discipline will take you right up in the end.
Coming to Chirag, I know Bangalore was one of your favorites, and of course a brilliant knock from Shubman Gill took the game away from them. So one more year, no title for RCB. How do you feel like
I mean, of course, being such a huge Virat Kohli fan myself, and the way he's batted the last couple of games, back-to-back hundreds in the IPL, and you could just see from even the stands, his wife, what it means to them. He's gone through that phase where he's openly spoken about when you're not in runs and how you feel, you have insecurities and things like that. But it's so good to see someone like that. Even the greats, openly talking about the downs, the lows of being an international cricketer and being such a great player. I think that's what makes him great. And the way he battled the last couple of games, I think Shuman learned from the way he batted, and he went one notch better. Because he is batting that way now throughout the IPL, and everyone knows what kind of talent he has, and the way he's just been going about his works. It's just super. Been super throughout the tournament, and he's just done it again yesterday, and he's done a huge favor to the Ambanis. I think they were all partying and rejoicing and thanking Gujarat yesterday. And I think a bit disappointing for RCB, obviously, but I think we've seen some good performances. But again, the bowling has let them down. The batsmen, you have Virat at the top, Du Plessis is at the top of the orange cap list, but somehow they're not putting it together every single year. I mean, they really need to make some changes. I would feel in management in terms of the bowling department and the strategies to really see what they can do.
Yeah. Again, coming back to another big team, Rajasthan Royals, SSV, brilliant knock from him as well. But again, it all went in vain. Rajasthan seemed to be having Chirag. Rajasthan seemed to be having the best of the balanced team, basically. Like they have one of the best balanced team. But what's going wrong with them, Chirag, in your view?
I think like you said, I think Rajasthan Royals have been delivering. They found a couple of good players, and Yashasvi Jaiswal, someone who they backed, and we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, and he's come off well for them. But somehow they reach those times where somebody needs to step up, and I felt that maybe there was a little bit of a role that probably Sanju Samson needed to play. Captain plays a very crucial role in these kind of situations, especially in must-win games, and the captain has to stand up and lead the way. And I felt that certain decisions at certain times, getting different bowlers on, and a couple of matches they lost in the last over. I feel that as a captain, maybe Sanju Samson can going forward, take these sort of decisions and evaluate how they could have handled these situations better, and rather than being on the losing side, they could be in the winning side in the coming seasons. I think there's a lot to work on for them as a team. They had the players, though. I would still say that they had the team to do it, but they just didn't quite get over that last hurdle. And it happens in the IPL, and you've seen that sort of the more experienced captains are doing it year after year. So it's definitely, the players are, the teams are all stacked, but they're the leadership again. Why MS Dhoni 16 IPLs, 14 playoffs? I mean, he's not great just like that. CSK have had the downs in terms of auctions and things like that. Things have not gone their way, new auctions, but every year he still manages to make that team qualify. So I mean, hats off.
Yeah. Sai, what are your thoughts about the other teams who have not made it, say for Punjab or for that matter Delhi? So these are all the teams. When in the auction and with the start of the tournament, we all feel that they have a balanced side. So you also think that it is to do with the captaincy and the roles the captains play?
Not for Delhi and Punjab particularly, but Delhi because it was a one-man army, because David Warner was the only man playing and he was standing. And unfortunately, without Rishabh Pant, it did not look like a complete team, for me. And David Warner tried his best, he tried his best, and he did not, Akshar did not perform as much as we expected him to perform with his bat or the ball, except 1 or 2 games. But so as a complete team, it did not perform. And for Punjab, unfortunately, I think Sam Curran also did not perform. Shikhar Dhawan did perform in 1 or 2 matches, but again down the road as a complete unit, they fail as a unit rather than any individuals as such. So that's, I think, is a takeaway from this IPL is, it's how you're bonded, how your team, how your the openers and the middle order plays, and then come back with a good effective bowling. So the middle order is also a big key, because you can see KKR's middle order was fantastic, like with Rinku Singh and Nitish Rana doing a very good job. They had the opening, but unfortunately the bowling, somewhere down the lane, they were not able to get the entire wickets to break even. But they looked like a strong contender. And with Nitish Rana, not such a famous captain. He's just played for India. He's not like the big wigs like Dhoni, Rohit Sharma, or Virat Kohli, or a Faf. So with him taking this team to to almost 12, 14 points, it's fantastic. So every team had its role, but it's how how they paced their innings and how the middle order played that made a lot of difference.
Yeah, Chama, we had this big impact player substitution. Do you think one of the reasons why the young new bowlers have not many of them have come out this year, especially the spinners, because every year we have at least 2-3 good bowlers who would come out of the IPL league stage. But this year, not many were able to produce the similar form. Is it because of the impact substitution? Because you could come back, bring the veterans like Amit Mishra, Piyush Chawla, Karan Sharma, all these guys, so that fielding and batting can be done by somebody else.
I totally disagree there, because I think the impact player rule has nothing to do with it. It's simply because the lack of resources. Because if you look at the team, they didn't have quality bowlers. Because if they had quality bowlers, they could have brought him as an impact bowler. Case in point is KKR. You had Suyash, who came in, the leg spinner. Despite Varun Chakravarti, they played him because he is a very good leg spinner. But unfortunately, we don't have any other spinners of that class in other teams, which is why you didn't see them. But I think the impact rule has nothing to do with that. It's just that we didn't have the talent pool.
gone through the league phase, and only 4 teams are playing now. There is a first match between Gujarat versus Chennai tomorrow. Who do you think will be the favorites? Because I think it's the first time Gujarat are playing against Chennai as well. So who do you think will be the favorites tomorrow, Chamida?
Well, best team will win, and the both teams are very balanced. And if you talk about Chennai have a well experienced captain and very quiet, and he take all the players in a right way, and giving 100% in the game, and he has been there for so many years, and I think Chennai also looks good, but at the end, the best team will win. But both teams have a good opportunity, and the way even Gujarat Titans playing, especially Jill batting really well, and the captain himself. So they have to prove a lot. So I think the both teams have best opportunity. I think the best team, people who do a lot of less mistake in the middle, they will win the match.
Playing against Chennai, basically it's a fight between Dhoni and his prodigy. So we would say of the Gujarat skipper Hardik Pandya. So it's the first time Gujarat going to play. Chirag, what's your take on the first qualifier one tomorrow?
I think, like Hardik Pandya said, winning is a habit. And, even though yesterday wasn't a must-win game for them, going after the high of that win. And I think they have the momentum as well, and are very good experience and young players. So I feel that the way they're doing, especially the top order firing and the depth they have in the batting, I think for me, I would like to see a Gujarat Titans go through, and of course a lot of the CSK fans of VSI and everyone from the Chennai boys won't like that, but I think they'll get another bite to the tomorrow as the upper hand.
Sai, what's your thought?
I mean, I totally agree with Chirag. I mean, and especially Chepauk being a spinner's pitch, Rashid Khan and Noor Ahmed will do wonders. I mean, it's one of the best bowlers of spin. I mean, and let's hope for the Chennai, for Chennai, I hope Ajinkya Rahane and Devin Conway comes to the party. So it's going to be a tight match, and it's going to be a good match, and it's all depending on the Dhoni and Pandya, how they marshal their teams around. So my guess is that it should be Gujarat Titans to keep the winning spree.
Okay, Cham, your thoughts?
Okay, let me start with from the beginning. Because, preview to the IPL, I said that I had gone through all the teams, and I said the only team which is capable of winning this tournament is Gujarat Titans, because I made an exhaustive study of each of the teams and their strengths and weaknesses. And I thought the perfect team was Gujarat Titans. Now, coming to tomorrow's match, you're going into the Lions' Den. You're going into the Super Kings, captained by Dhoni. To take Chirag's own words, it is the captain who has played all 16 editions and qualified for 14 times. So, and I have this pet theory that the best teams need not always win. So tomorrow, I expect to see Dhoni turn up a trick or two to upset the Gujarat Titans.
Only Hardik Pandya has a better consistency in the IPL, because it's one season out of one for Gujarat Titans.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
True. And the second qualifier, in fact, had RCB had come in, it would have been again a brilliant clash between Lucknow and RCB from what we saw last time on the field. A very acrimonious battle on the field.
You mean off the field?
Off the field.
Off the field, but on the field after the match, basically. So that would have spiced up the contest even better. But going with Mumbai's pedigree and Lucknow without KL Rahul, what are your thoughts, Chirag?
Look, I think that game is, it can go either way. It's on the day, who really fires and, what players step up. Of course, Mumbai, with the sort of experience they have, against a Lucknow without a KL Rahul. My go-to team for that game would probably be MI. Especially because they're super high after they've got a lifeline, they've got nothing to lose, they weren't making the playoffs, but now suddenly they have a chance. So you're going with a complete open mindset. You were not even in this position. Somebody else has helped you be there. Now you got nothing to lose. You just go out there and just express yourself. And I think MI is very dangerous in these situations. So you can't count a side like MI out.
Sai.
See, I don't know why this time I'm agreeing everything with Chirag. I totally believe it is going to be MI and MI for sure, because MI will be having the crowd support. They'll be chanting Kohli Kohli. So definitely, I believe it's going to be MI.
Again, MI has a good track record in Chennai. They are one of the teams who have beaten Chennai on a regular basis in Chennai. So they have a good track record in Chennai, or the second, the eliminator basically. Okay, then that makes it even more interesting, whether it is Mumbai versus Gujarat, or whether it is Mumbai versus Chennai in the qualifier too. That we'll have to wait and see. Okay, but what are your thoughts, guys? Who final? Sorry, Sham, I didn't come back to you. Your
I thought
thoughts
you
on
ignored me completely.
Sorry. No. The moment I talk about Chennai, I miss everything.
You get lost, I know.
Correct. Your thoughts on between your favorite team, Mumbai versus Lucknow.
When you say favorite team, then you know whom will I
RCB.
But of course, what I'm expecting from you is who would stand out for Mumbai, because you have seen Rohit Sharma scoring runs. Of course, Ishan is looks like I'll come back to Chirag on that. Ishan has not been scoring runs. Only Surya, and yesterday it was Cameron Green came to the party as well, and Rohit Sharma as well. So who do you think will be
I would disagree with you, but the thing is, see, all these guys have been scoring runs, but different times. There are matches where Ishan has scored, but if you look at the 2 matches back, you saw Ishan and Rohit had a good partnership. That was against Lucknow, if I remember right. They were 100 for no loss at one point of time, which they went on to lose that match very mysteriously. But then Surya has been firing in some matches. Rohit fired in 2 matches. Tim David fired, remember the 3 sixes against Rajasthan Royals. Then you had Cameron Green turning up yesterday. So you see, these guys have been contributing at various times. It's just that they are not firing at the same time. But that also gives you some hope, in the sense that there is somebody who's turning up for every match, which is a good sign. Now, why I pick Mumbai to win the first qualifier, the second qualifier, is simply because, or to beat Lucknow, is simply because. See, if you look at 16, we have had 15 IPLs. After 15 IPLs, nine of them have been won by 2 teams, and 5 of them are, out of that 9, 5 is by Mumbai. So another is Chennai. So Mumbai and Chennai are certainly a cut above the rest of the teams, which means they know something about winning. See, they might not have the best teams, but with the team they have, they know how to win. So, which is simply why I would pick Rohit Sharma team to win tomorrow, or win against the Lucknow Super Giants.
Okay, Chirag, I need to ask you about the technique of being an opener. I want to ask you this question. Ishan Kishan has got strokes all around the ground, but somehow he seems to be standing on the back foot, and he's just waiting to hit the ball just short of length and short of length, to the point square, to the pickup shots. Why is that the players get into this kind of a mindset when you can play almost 180 degrees?
See, I think, like you said, he's got good shots, and for his size, we call him the pocket-sized dynamo. When I played with him, even when I was in Gujarat Lions, I remember the way he picks up length, and anything short of length he picks up, and he helps it, like square leg or over fine leg for 6, and he really plays that really well. but saying that, like you said, he hits the ball straight down the ground to spinners, mid wicket, covers. He plays all around the ground. But it's a matter of confidence. You also have a certain shots that are working for you, and I feel that he's not at his most confident level right now. Yes, he's had a good couple of innings, but he's not been that flowing. That's the way he bats, like, naturally. It's not been as easy for him this season. It's been a bit scratchy. He's got in a couple of performances, and now maybe the confidence comes to him after a couple of games. But I know one thing, and when the big times come, he's someone who steps up. So I think going into these big games, he'll be itching to put in a performance, because these guys know, a right in these qualifiers and eliminators, it does all those wrongs which you've done throughout the IPL. Everybody forgets about that. You're again a hero. You just have to perform well. So all these top players, let me tell you, even a Rohit Sharma, if he puts in that performance in these qualifiers, nobody's going to talk about what he did before this. All of that is out. And every single person will be only talking about how this guy manages again and again to step up when it matters the most. So these are the kind of occasions these players rise in, and that's why they're great players. So don't be surprised when you see magical performances from one of these openers in the next game.
Lovely. I like that. Okay, now the final question. The final two teams for the title game in Ahmedabad. Whom do you think of the four will make it to the final?
I'm going MI versus GT.
Okay. Sai?
MI versus GT, 100%.
Okay. Sharma?
MI CSK.
Well done, Sham. I'm there as well. MI CSK, the clash between 4-time winners versus 5-time winners.
The Giants.
And that could
giant
be
clash.
the Giants of the IPL. Yes.
I think Satish wanted to hear that somebody telling CSK.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
yeah. How I wish Dhoni will be a champ once.
Satish,
Shama,
hello.
Sorry, Sham, you're breaking up, Sham. Sorry. Okay, I think there is some connectivity issue there. Okay, on that happy note, Sham, you broke off in between. Can you just repeat what you said, please?
Okay, I said you need not get your hopes high simply because I have a knack of getting my predictions wrong.
That's okay,
Sham, that makes two of us, because I was predicting SRH and they are in the bottom of the table.
Okay, lovely having you guys. Thanks for joining the show. Lovely. It was a great show. For all the news and updates, please log on to gulfnews.com on all the social media channels. Happy watching the playoffs. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you again next time. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.